So I must say I'm getting some very valuable insight and lessons on prayer myself and my own experience. I believe power in prayer is never ending. More will always be revealed because it's really our deepest, most powerful. Really, it's our infinite faculty when we properly realize it. But obviously, to a large degree, we're in prayer kindergarten, and we're always using prayer on larger and larger situations, right? In other words, once you've learned to solve one kind of a problem with a prayer, then we simply ascend the scale and work on larger and larger issues and dilemmas until there's not an issue or a dilemma that can't be resolved. And of course, the word for that is dominion. And consciousness itself has dominion over all circumstances within its own purview. But that might not be our experience as we're beginners in the process. But as long as we exercise what we do have in power of prayer, then we'll always get more. If we don't exercise the power that we do have, we will lose the power that we have. This, of course, is the Matthew principle that says, to he that hath, more will be given. To those who do practice power in prayer of what they're able to do, they'll get more power. And to those that hath not, even what they have shall be taken away. Those who don't practice prayer at their current ability level will lose even that. So we're always moving in our prayer, whether it's an upward or a downward spiral. I guess what I'm learning briefly is something that I call the kaleidoscope principle. It seems to me as though reality that we watch as humans is a kaleidoscope, and it's always turning. It's always showing us a different picture, varied, multifaceted, astonishing, breathtaking, glorious, sometimes hideous, sometimes, but whatever it is, every turn of the kaleidoscope is an astonishing, breathtaking revelation of a new world that we see. Sometimes the kaleidoscope gets stuck, not because it won't turn, it's because we won't allow it to turn. We become so habituated, familiar, comfortable, set in place with our current view of things that the current view becomes more important than the evolution, the progress, the movement toward a fresh, new, lively experience of living. And, we are spiritual beings, but if there's one mechanism in reality that we certainly can salute, that's evolution, because there's no doubt about that. Nature wants to evolve. It always wants to make new versions of itself. It's never stuck. It's never static. Most of the species that have ever lived on Earth are gone. How do you like those apples? So things are always changing, but there's one thing I don't like sometimes, it's change. I want everything to get better. I just don't want things to change. Do you see any paradox in that? So when I'm faced with a big turn of my kaleidoscope, in other words, a picture that I really like, or a situation, or a relationship, or a circumstance is changing and it seems to present the worst possible threat, a great prayer is, I see the agent of God in this change. I see the agency of God in this change. The picture that I'm so enraptured with, or in love with, or that I worship so much is changing and altering into a new picture. And of course, this involves pain and suffering, but it's only temporary. And this is why when we're going through these moments where the kaleidoscope appears to be stuck, and the turning of the kaleidoscope is breaking our life, it's breaking our heart. Of course, it's our heart being broken open to let in things beyond our wildest imagining. So that's what's going on when that happens. That's kind of what's going on that I'm experiencing. And, the kaleidoscope is going to turn. And if I try to hold it, then, it'll just be wrenched out of my hands. And that's okay, because there's something larger going on. And I trust it I trust the process. So some more thoughts on prayer and what's going on. Sometimes a lot of prayers are being answered at once. And the only way that they can show up is by a rather radical alteration in the kaleidoscope. So let it turn, because there's a season. I'll see you all tomorrow.